travel isn't just about destinations, it's about the people you meet, the cultures you immerse yourself in, the stories you carry home. I'm Relebogile Mabocha, and on my travel feature, I take you on a journey beyond the guidebook. Each week, I connect with fellow travelers, insiders, and storytellers to bring you the heart of every place. Whether it's a hidden gem right here in South Africa or a dream destination abroad. Join me as we travel through conversations, memories, and inspiration. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's walk the talk.
702.
All right, so I want to focus on the Minister of Higher Education because I had raised it already. I had said yesterday that there's something about the panel. It isn't that the names on the panel are mostly people from the department. It is the inclusion of Advocate Terry Motau that I found interesting. I found Advocate Terry Motau's involvement in this very interesting. And the reason why I found it interesting is because I had spoken to him and I said, can I talk to you because you are said to be part of a advisory panel that helped to pick the SETA boards. Do you remember the issue with the SETA boards was people like Minister Gwede Mantashe's son was involved. You had former KZN Premier involved. You had people like Loyiso Masuku's and MMC in Joburg. In some of these boards, there were very popular NC-linked names that were part of those SETA boards. So that process was started over again. And now you hear about this advisory panel that she first didn't want to give Parliament. There was a long back and forth about the advisory panel. Once they got over that, she eventually, she also missed the deadline. She missed the deadline. Then she gets over that and then she makes a submission. People see the list. And we had, if you remember, Karaba Khachau, the spokesperson yesterday, complaining about how this list is problematic because you've got there people who are in the department. And that was the core of her problems. And I said, that's not my issue per se. I've got an issue with it, sure. But I have an issue with the name of Advocate Terry Motau's inclusion. I didn't fully understand it. So I thought, let's try reach out to him. And I did say to you yesterday that I wanted the advocate, but he wanted to wait on the committee before speaking to me. So today I went back to him and he said, actually, he can speak to us. He has written a letter. I saw also a letter that he had written to the minister about his appointment. Because from my understanding, Mutau learned of his involvement via the media, that he was supposedly chairing this panel that didn't go properly. He joins me now on the line. Advocate Terry Motau, good morning. Welcome to 702. Thank you for joining us. Just to try and very quickly understand. So we hear there's an independent panel. We hear you're a part of it, but you don't attend meetings. That's what we're left with as members of the public. What actually happened? Because I've seen your letter, and your letter pretty much suggests nothing came of it. There was an initial talk, but nothing happened really.
Thanks, Tshidi. Good morning to you and to your listeners. Let me start by saying the letter was given to the minister for her to disclose it to the parliamentary portfolio committee, and I was made aware this morning that the letter is already circulating and spoke to the portfolio committee about the issue to say this is already in the public domain and can I then deal with it? And the permission was granted for me to deal with the issue. So in accordance with that, then I think let me start by saying the following. One, from the letter, you will see that the high watermark of this is that the minister had an intention to appoint me to chair this committee, the nominations committee. However, that was not finalized because I was not briefed by an attorney to undertake the task. And importantly, you will see from the sequence of events that my letter precedes the minister's statement. So in other words, when the minister wrote to the portfolio committee and said that I was the chairperson, she knew the true facts, that I actually wasn't. So, and she also gave me a call before she issued that statement, in which I clarified to her. She said to me, people from her office tried to get hold of me. I said, no, nobody did. Nobody tried to call me. You can convene a meeting, Minister, and we can clarify that. Nobody contacted me. But in any event, for me to be formally engaged, an attorney must confirm my appointment, because as advocates, whether you're doing a matter pro amico, pro bono, or a paying brief, you can't be engaged without an attorney formally briefing you. And these are the facts that, as you would see from the letter, they are there, and I made it clear to the minister when she called me. But that despite, she still issued the statement in the terms that she did, which she ought to have known that I was not a part of the committee. And if you're not a part of the committee, it means you, as the supposed chair, who would not have convened the meetings, one. But secondly, nobody would have contacted you in arranging those meetings, because you have not been formally appointed.
And for clarity, go on.
So I found out, like everyone else, about the outcome of the process, who were the nominees, etc. I didn't have any dealings with this process, didn't see the documents, didn't deal with the process. I don't even know who was appointed as part of the panel. Until I saw the names, then it became clear to me that it means the department decided to do it internally and not to go ahead with the panel as perhaps the minister
independent as should positioned it.
Yes.
But just for clarity's sake,
yes,
in the back and forth, you and her spoke, and you said, but Minister, I'm not involved. And she still went ahead and put your name on a list that she submitted to Parliament, to the Portfolio Committee.
Yes, because that's what I clarified to her. I said, Minister, you will see, because you already have this letter, I'm not going to ask you how you got it, but in the letter I state that the upshot of this, and that's in paragraph 6, you will see there that based on all these facts, you would know that the upshot of all of this is that you intended to appoint me to chair the committee, which intention never materialized. Now, if she has this on the 16th, before she issues a statement, and she has a discussion with me on the 17th, before releasing the statement, I don't know how you then go ahead and say, I chaired this, but never attended the meetings.
What remedies do you have? What recourse do you take on? Yes, you can go to the committee, but there's something my colleague Bongani Pingo just asked me now. You are seen as somebody who's credible. You are seen as somebody whose reputation is respected. You get mad in something like this, Advocate Mutawu, to a point where the DA says, yeah, he's also conflicted. Terry Motau is in business with the City of Johannesburg's Shared Services Department, and Loyiso Masuku, the MMC, has been appointed to boards. Already that taints your name, those kind of connections and those kind of allegations. Loyiso Masuku has given me a response yesterday, but the allegations are out there. What do you then do? Because you've spoken to the minister, she went ahead. As it stands, if you and I had not spoken, I would view you in a particular light.
No, I understand. Look, fortunately, we have these platforms to state the facts. I don't intend to do anything other than to state what the true facts are. And maybe while I'm at it, let me deal with this thing that you've raised. I'm not even sure that people know that all I do is I'm an advocate. I'm not a business person. I have no business. I don't run tenders. I don't even tender for state attorney work. I don't do quotations for briefs. I don't do profiles. I'm not that kind of a practitioner. So I can categorically tell you I have no business with Masuku or whoever. And the thing I'm doing now, for the city of Joburg is I have been appointed to facilitate a solution between SAMU, the South African Municipal Workers Union, and the CA in terms of an agreement that they concluded for the regrading of the municipality from grade 8 to grade 10. All I'm doing, I'm facilitating that to see whether an agreement can be reached and avoid a strike similar to the one that occurred in Joburg some time ago, that 5-month strike. That's all I'm doing, and even there, I'm briefed by an attorney. There's no tender or anything. I bill for time. I haven't even billed yet, but I'll bill as a normal brief.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to let you go.
So,
Thank you.
So that too is not accurate. But I mean, if the DA has got the queries or whatever, they can contact me. Maybe clarified.
All right.
But I suppose it's a product of things like these that's flying around, because then people think you are susceptible to this way of doing life, and that's not me.
All right. Thank you so much, Advocate. That's Advocate Terry Motau clarifying there what happened. He's been listed as the chair of that advisory board by Minister Nobuhle Nkabane. He says none of that happened. I've got the letter that he's speaking about that he said it was leaked. I leaked it last night. And the letter, from what I could see, he makes it very clear that he did not assist her or her office in reviewing and assessing the nominations received for the appointments of accounting authorities per sector education and training authorities, that's SETA. He did not participate in the process. He neither received nor saw any information relating to the process. He goes on to say, I did not convene with any panel or panel members. And as you heard him there, he'd spoken to the minister before she made those names public. So she still went ahead pursuing something that he says, but Minister, I wasn't involved. I didn't help you. And she still put his name in this. And then he also clarified some of those claims that the DA also made. I want to stick with this and very quickly bring in I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to bring in the chairperson of the portfolio committee to find out what is the way forward.
Travel isn't just about destinations. It's about the people you meet, the cultures you immerse yourself in, the stories you carry home. I'm Tshidi Madia, and on my travel feature, I take you on a journey beyond the guidebook. Each week, I connect with fellow travelers, insiders, and storytellers to bring you the heart of every place. Whether it's a hidden gem right here in South Africa or a dream destination abroad. Join me as we travel through conversations, memories, and inspiration. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
702. Let's walk the talk on 92.7
and 106 FM.
All right, so before the break, we heard from Advocate Terry Motau, speaking about that advisory panel, independent advisory panel that the minister had, and the minister claimed that he chaired, saying that he wasn't involved, that he had told the minister, even after finding out his name was included, he said, Minister, that's not true. I think there's a mistake. She then goes on to make it public, releases a statement with his name still, after he said, but I'm not involved. So I do want to hear now from the committee chair of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education, Tebogo Letsie, who's the committee chair, joins us now on the line quickly. Tebogo, good morning. Welcome to Radio 702. The committee wasn't happy with the minister already, but now you hear this complication where Advocate Terry Motau says, I wasn't involved. My name is being dragged into a situation that I was not a participant in, that I did not assist in any way. What would be your immediate reaction? Morning.
Good morning, Tshidi. Good morning to the listeners of 702, and thanks for having us. I must clarify that I've seen the snippets of the letter that was purported to be from Advocate Terry. I did not listen to the interview now, which you say that he has confirmed that he has written the letter. He was not part of that. I think if that is what I've heard is correct, then it's really worrying even more that the minister would have given us a document or a letter indicating that these are the panelists, and one of them has come out and said he was not part of. Luckily, in the meeting yesterday, we concluded or we resolved that we will write to all of them with an intention to bring them to appear before the committee, but we will write to them. I think the letters should be going out today before midday. All of them to clarify their participations, and we'll then take a decision on what to do once they've responded to all of us.
She's already being referred to by the, I think at least to the ethics committee around the independence, because already you're not happy about that aspect of the advisory panel. What other recourse do you have? I mean, here's a minister, according to us, the public, in front of you as a committee, often fails to account. And even though you still need to do your due diligence and find out what the truth is, to us, here's a minister who's consistently lying and refusing to be held accountable. What other possible recourse, what other avenues are there to hold her accountable? Specifically, if the advocate is correct and that she lied about his participation and refused to even heed his caution that actually including me in this mix wrongfully.
Yeah, I think it's good that you're saying that we will have to do our due diligence, but we do have recourse. I mean, I think we are empowered by the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, Section 55, to hold the executives, the departments, and all national entities accountable. As far as misleading Parliament or furnishing Parliament with factually incorrect details, we are empowered by Section 17, subsection 2 of the Powers, Privileges and Immunities Act that details how to go about if that is the case. I mean, we can open criminal cases against people who come to Parliament and furnish us with factually incorrect details. So we are empowered by the legislation to do what it says we must do in instances where people come and give us factually incorrect details.
All right, thank you so much. That's Tebogo Letsie, who's the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education in Parliament. We kind of have to adopt a wait-and-see approach, don't we? The minister lied. That's my reading from what Terry Motau was saying, that he even said to a minister, I wasn't involved. You know I wasn't involved. Nothing came of the initial approaches for me to participate. There was no legal letter. I did not assist you or your office in this regard. Yet she still comes out to the public and says that, goes to Parliament and says that. Voice notes on 072-7021-702. WhatsApps and voice notes there. 011-883-0702 for your calls.
Good morning, Tshidi. Hope you're well. Tshidi, you see, this minister, she's really going to be a problem to all of us. And I don't understand why doesn't the president just fire this woman? Clearly she's incompetent. Clearly she does not respect our laws. She does not respect our parliament where she's supposed to be accountable. Just fire her, man, and then find someone else to do the job. She's really incompetent. The problem with her, it's the love of food than the love of her own job. That's where the problem is. She must go.
Yeah, she must go. On the WhatsApp line, good morning, Tshidi. So, to simplify this matter, Minister Nkabani lied to the committee and South African citizens. She must resign with immediate effect and not be reshuffled anywhere. That's WCLA in Midrand. WCLA, I think you're echoing sentiments many people have said. When I posted the letter yesterday, a lot of people were saying, but what does this say about our minister? It's one of those questions where you left completely baffled.